lighting shit on fire. Welcome to TacoTugboat Talks Tuesdays. Yeah.
Yeah, anyways. Take two. Take two. Okay. Welcome to TacoTugboat Talks Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I am Steven.
And I'm Laurel.
And this is going to be our new podcast, I guess, where we just talk about random stuff and that may or may not pertain to our channel. Or just stuff that we've been up to or, current events.
Yeah. I have a current event.
What was your current event that happened today?
I met Jason Lee.
Jason Lee. Star of My Name is Earl and Alvin and the Chipmunks. And he was in a few Kevin Smith movies like Dogma, and he did a cameo in Clerks 2, I believe.
I didn't even know it was him when I met him, though. I feel kind of bad. Not really. I mean, I guess he felt normal.
Well, yeah, he's
know.
Jason Lee. He probably feels like that every day. It's just his life.
But yeah, I didn't know it was him until one of my coworkers at work told me, "That's Jason Lee," and I'm like, "Who?"
That's just insulting.
And then he had to explain to me who he was, and I'm like, "Oh, him."
Yeah,
So.
How did he explain to you who he was? What reference did he use for you to actually understand who that was?
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yep.
Jesus.
He didn't say my name is Earl. If he would have said my name is Earl, I would have known what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm kind of insulted because he decided to use that as a reference.
Yeah.
Towards me.
At least he didn't use it in front of him.
Yeah.
Anyways, he owns a restaurant here in town.
Yes. I guess we could tell him where we're from. I mean,
they're going to find out if we just say he owns a restaurant here in town. They'll just look up, what restaurant does Jason Lee... Trivia! Here's some trivia. All right. Here's we're going to do at least one little mystery per episode.
Mystery.
What city does Jason Lee own a restaurant in?
And that's the city we live in.
There you go.
There's your
for the
trivia.
day. Also, today is Cinco de Mayo.
Half price tequila is everywhere, except we can't afford it because we're poor.
Yeah, we're kind of broke. And also, don't just ignore the fact that it's not actually Tuesday or that we're recording this. We're gonna put this out on Tuesdays.
Yeah, because we're cool like that.
We're trying to build a backlog here.
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
So, I guess we should talk a little bit more about who we are.
Yeah, I mean, you go first then.
Fine. And my name's Laurel Kennemer. You may know me as Captain Flying Sparrow on on Twitter, Facebook,
YouTube. There you go.
Make fan videos for my favorite stuff.
Vampire Diaries.
And anime, which I feel like I'm better at videoing anime than I am Vampire Diaries recently, but you can do more with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're working on currently a
Your Lie in April.
Your Lie in April fan video, and you got a Gakugarashi one out.
Yeah, that one I think's my best one.
That's the only one you got out?
Of anime?
Of anime.
No, Yona of the Dawn, which...
Oh, that's right, with Immortals.
Yeah, which...
Oh, I guess you could count How to Train Your Dragon. It's not really an anime, but you got a How to Train Your Dragon one out there.
Yeah.
Which is honestly my favorite one.
Really? I made it for my dad for Father's Day.
I think it's really good.
It's his favorite one, too. He tells me that all the time. I guess... I do a lot of creative stuff. I guess you call it, what is it, inspiring or aspiring actress?
Aspiring.
Aspiring.
Yeah, there you go.
Actress, songwriter, singer, stuff like that. But that's me. And then now, a bunch of nerdy stuff. TacoTugboat.
Yeah, we're kind of doing this in our free time.
Who knows? It might turn out to be something that we get, we can make a living off of. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not as good as some of those other,
No.
It's going to be one of those free time things.
Yeah, I guess... I mean, who knows, but I'm not expecting anything, but it'd be nice.
It would be.
Really, mostly, we're just kind of following on the coattails of your coworker that has his own...
Podcast. Yeah.
I don't know if we should plug that or not, but...
I don't see why not. I mean, I have it.
I don't know if we should get his permission for that or anything.
I don't think he'll mind.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
So
it's not that good, apparently.
Shut up!
I'm kidding. It's actually pretty good.
It's actually pretty good.
Mostly the podcasts that we do listen to. Oh god, don't hit the mic. Don't drop your Dr. Pepper on the mic.
Oh no, I forgot it was on the counter.
It's alright.
I mean the piano
So,
switch.
anyways, the only other podcast that we listen to besides La Bruise, which is the one that her coworker has. That's La Bruise, LABRUZE podcast. Check them out. They're pretty good.
Yeah, you can just Google it.
Yeah, the only other one we watch besides that or listen to besides that is the Two Best Friends or the Best Friends podcast. They're really good.
Yes, they're actually them, Northern Lion.
Northern Lion's great.
Game Grumps.
Game Grumps is pretty good.
They're a little bit of what aspired or inspired.
We are inspired.
We are inspired by channels like theirs.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's a few others. I guess you could say Vine Sauce.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's hilarious.
Yeah, Vine Sauce is great.
Yep.
But I mean, no, it'd be nice to be able to like get in their popularity. I don't even want money out of this. I just want to,
I just want to do something where we can just have fun while we're doing the things that we do anyway.
Yeah, I'd just be happy if just one person liked our stuff. That'd be all right with me.
Yeah, I mean.
And hopefully I'm not far away from the microphone to where you can't hear me.
It's coming up well on there, if you can tell. I mean, it's pretty big.
We'll find out. How long are you able to record this? I wonder how big this file is going to be.
I've gone 30 minutes before.
30 minutes. How much space did that take up on your tiny computer?
It didn't take that much space. It's a sound file. It's not like it's my webcam's the one that takes up all the files. My God, I had to delete the secret world just to...
She's constantly deleting stuff on her computer because it's like
it's so
at
tiny.
99% capacity at all times.
Well, I can't, if I would have been a little bit smarter about my purchasing of a computer a year ago, I would have gotten iBuyPower, but I was greedy and wanted a computer now, and...
Yeah, you're just jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah. I loved my computer.
You just one of those sweet Steam games.
It's the Secret World.
Yeah.
The Secret World.
Yeah, if none of you can tell that we're kind of gamers in a way, among other things. We like some of the more nerdy stuff like the comic books, games, and anime, TV shows.
But we're
movies, music.
We're not like super critical. We're critical on it in a more.
We're not an elitist kind of thing.
It's not like, oh my God, the combat system's so bad in that. It's like, oh well, I see this, and this is good.
Yeah.
We see a little bit of good in everything.
I'm not gonna be like one of those kind of people like, oh, fucking Call of Duty has a new trailer out. Oh, it looks like shit because all the Call of Duty suck.
No.
I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Call of Duty, but I did see the trailer today.
Was it good?
It was. I'll be honest. I mean, I don't like Halo. But this one takes place in the future.
See, I only like Halo because I kind of grew up with it and played it a lot with my.
I mean, I like the original one. When I played the original one,
back
in,
was good.
What was it, 2002?
The
maybe?
old shit.
Yeah, like the old one. That was all right, but like it just went way out of proportion. And I'm not even gonna get into the ideas of how the theme doesn't match the game. I don't get that. But back to the call it what?
Well, I was gonna say it's no different than. I mean, I don't like all the games you play. You don't like all the games I play. I like hidden object games from Big Fish.
Yeah,
so.
Those just piss me off. Scrub.
But fuck you.
Anyways.
But
back to the Call of Duty. Sorry. Back to the Call of Duty. It's good. It looks good, I'll be honest. The trailer was interesting. It takes place in the far future. Well, maybe not far. Maybe it's within the next 100 years, I'm sure.
The stories are always good in Call of Duty, aren't they?
Yeah, Modern Warfare was actually a decent story. I usually play games like that for the story. I'm not a huge competitive online player. I don't like the whole online deal.
We solo play most of the time on anything anyway, or
most
we play
of the
for
time.
each other.
I mean, there's like a few games where I like to do competitive stuff, like Smite is fun.
Warframe.
War Thunder,
Warframe is just ridiculous.
Star
it's fun
Conflict,
even if you lose.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Star Conflict's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, but like those are a few ones. But the Call of Duty looks good. I mean, the trailer was interesting. I can see a lot of interesting things that they're gonna do with it. They have some robots that fight alongside you that are like man-sized, like Chappie, kind of. That's what it seemed like. And I think
geckos.
No, thank God. From Metal Gear Solid, no geckos. Those things
Somebody
are horrifying.
needs to make that and take it to Comic-Con.
That'd be horrifying.
That would be. I'll hear. Moo
I would just run for cover.
The room, and I would just run.
Yeah.
He's like, nope.
But I have this feeling that there's like you see just like a half-second snippet of like one of these robot people like grabbing for the main character that you're looking through his eyes. And he saves them falling out from space. Like, they're in a space station. So it actually, like, it's so futuristic. It goes to space, and there's friggin' space battles. And it looks really cool. I'll be honest with that. You're in, like, some kind of fighter plane that can go into space. But, like, in this one half-second snippet of it, this like robot guy saves the main character's life. I'm thinking, I'm gonna call it now. In that level or around that level, that robot dies. They're gonna build up this relationship between the robots, and the thing is, at the beginning of the game, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I don't want a fucking droid like fighting alongside me. They can't do shit."
Johnny
And this,
for the life.
and this robot's gonna like redeem itself and like somehow like prove itself that it's gonna be awesome, and then it's gonna build this relationship that it's gonna save you, and it's gonna die. I guarantee it.
Yeah, probably.
I'm calling it now. But all in all, it looks. I will check it out.
Yeah, I mean,
on the PS4 or
we
PC.
We definitely plan on getting a PS4 soon. Hopefully, I'm hoping to have it,
sometime probably within the next 2 months.
Yeah, I can't wait because I definitely want to play Bloodborne and the new.
Oh yeah, Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne.
Dark Souls 3 is very, very, very good. It's like a good mixture of the two. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, we got to get back on the bandwagon of. Not bandwagon, but we gotta get back on the cutting edge of gaming.
Yeah, because we're kind of like just one generation behind.
We are one generation behind.
And computers that can't run. I'm shocked my computer can run Black Desert, to be honest.
Yeah.
It actually ran it pretty smoothly.
It
and
did.
That game is
on like
beautiful.
Medium settings too. I was really surprised on that.
Yeah, it looked really well. The environment's just like I'm like running down the environment and I look over and I'm like, is that lavender?
Yeah,
it looks like lavender.
The environment creation when they put a lot of like work into that, and I enjoyed that to see an actual realistic environment.
It's very
the only
very
thing
nice.
I can think of that environments look that good and that natural was like The Witcher 3. And maybe the new Metal Gear Solid. Even Skyrim, they had great environments and stuff, and it looked natural, but not this good.
Well, the mods in Skyrim that people even make are phenomenal, in my opinion.
Well, I'm talking like vanilla Skyrim.
Oh yeah, vanilla Skyrim still looked really good. But still, we're kind of like, I don't want to say we're a generation behind because we are, but we are at least up to date with what's going on.
Yeah, we got our ear to the ground at least. For sure, when we do start doing reviews, we are gonna have like some older reviews for sure, like stuff maybe some throwback stuff or just stuff that maybe is lesser known or.
Stuff that we just grew up with, or something that we enjoyed years ago that we just want to talk about.
Yeah, or just like
Legend of Dragoon and stuff like that.
Parasite Eve. So what should have been Final Fantasy VIII.
Well, because a lot of it, I'm still new to a lot of it anyway. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, even as I'm kind of up to date, but every now and then I'll be shown something that's older, and I'll fall in love with it.
Right.
I'm really bad about not liking a game at first and then going back to it.
I have noticed that the first time you ever played a lot of games that I introduced you to, like The Secret World.
I hated it.
She hated it, and then what was another one?
And now,
Isaac. You couldn't stand Isaac.
No, The Secret World I've played.
We have over 300 hours logged onto it easily.
I have 297.
Yeah.
That was before I installed it today to make more room so I can actually make this podcast.
I'm actually going to look at mine. Let's look how many hours I got. And then The Binding of
Isaac, I got into it when we first moved to here, which we can't say because we got to do the trivia question, but to here.
Yeah. And I can't even say the apartment name, but I'd rather not say the apartment name.
Yeah, I
don't want people knowing exactly where I live.
I wouldn't do that. I'm not gonna say where I work,
Yeah.
But oh my gosh. So like, what the hell was I talking? Oh, Binding of Isaac. When I first played it, I didn't like it either, and then I started getting into it more and more and more, and I actually started to enjoy it. And when I started playing it was when it was right before I started working at my shitty job.
Yeah.
And you were working at your shitty job that you just don't work
that
at
I
anymore.
just left.
Yeah.
Yeah, last week was my 1 week ago almost was my last day, and I don't regret leaving it. I'll admit there were some parts of that job that I absolutely loved. Like the downtime was great.
Yeah,
I had so much time on my hands.
It's a perfect job for if you want to learn anything, new language, going to school, anything. I mean, night auditing is a great job for that.
And I had all the free coffee and free food I wanted.
Pays horrible.
Yeah, the pay was like $9.25 an hour, and like for the crap you had to put up with, it just wasn't that good. But I started learning. I actually had so much time on my hands, I was able to start learning a new language. It was like 2 hours of work in an 8-hour shift, no joke. It was so easy. And
There's times I just went up there and hung out with you for.
Yeah, for the entire shift, and nobody cared.
Nobody. Yep.
Yeah, it was. I mean, sometimes I have a friend that works night audit up there, and we'll sometimes hang out with him up there.
Yep. He's probably gonna listen to this.
Maybe.
You know.
And then next time we're up there, he's gonna know that I stole a bunch of fucking food when we're up there. I'll probably go make a grilled cheese in the kitchen or something, or a hamburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grilled cheese though was good.
That grilled cheese is good. Pro tip for grilled cheese: instead of putting butter on your bread, I'm gonna sound like a total fucking fat lard, but instead of putting butter on the bread to put it on the grill, you put mayonnaise. You spread mayonnaise onto that, and it cooks it perfectly without burning it, and it actually has a little tang to it.
It doesn't taste like, you know how mayonnaise is like, ugh. It doesn't give it like a nasty taste either.
Yeah, it gives it a slight twinge. We were talking about the hotel I worked at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
because I was stealing all the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the shampoo and conditioner.
And the shampoo, conditioner, lotion. Yeah, this was a good hotel. They had. I'm not gonna say it was a good hotel, but like they put a lot of care into some of the products that they gave.
It's a hotel that I've stayed at with my family.
It's a
when
good.
we go to North.
It's a comfortable hotel to
yes,
stay in. It's not something that you'd be like. It's not like some Hotel 6 or something like that. Not to judge Motel 6 in case we do get that sponsorship from them that we're hoping for, but. I mean, like, you can get Paul Mitchell shampoo. I have, like, bags full of it, little trial size. I mean...
Okay, we don't have bags. We have, like, 2.
2 left.
Yeah, but it actually helped me figure out,
good toilet
I like
paper.
This stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, lots of downtime at your old job.
Yeah, I still have downtime at this job, but, like, not so much. Once I'm done training, I'll be pretty much on it.
I love mine. I started out, don't ever work furniture. It's shit.
Don't work commission or...
Yeah, just don't do it. Don't. Because you're going to be screwed over. 50 hours a week, 5 days a week, no thank you.
It was more than 50 hours that you were working.
Yeah, it was more, but 50 hours a week at $7.25 an hour?
Not worth it.
You know,
yeah.
But the job I'm working now, which I can't really say because there's... Oh.
Yeah, don't name drop.
I'm not going to name drop, but I can't even really explain what it is because it will be too easy to...
No, because you're not name dropping, but they can narrow down to 2. You sell dog food for a living.
Yeah, all I do is put stickers on shit and pet dogs all day.
Yeah, I mean you work for a large brand name dog or pet store,
and they have really good values,
yeah.
Which is why I actually am like I really enjoy. I mean, I get vacation time like really early, but I really enjoy working there. It's not what I originally went for, but I mean, it's paying
you got
me
a
more
manager.
than
You got a manager position, and you applied for a cashier position. I'm not gonna complain.
No, I'm not. I'm shocked. I even I was a weird oh, I'm gonna try to hire you for this. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, and I just got hired on as an assistant manager for the apartments that we live at, which surprises the crap out of me too.
Yeah,
so we somehow both landed manager positions within a month.
Yeah, and we're both making good money, and we have great schedules, and we can finally start on this channel that we've had an idea for almost a year.
Oh, over that.
Over a year.
Ever since we've been getting into Two Best Friends and Online and stuff, they kind of got us really into it.
Yeah, that's actually true.
That's kind of where it stems from.
Yeah, it is actually. So shout out to them for sure.
Yeah, go check them out if you haven't.
Oh yeah, especially Norline. I think
Norline's great, but for some reason, Two Best Friends.
There's just you can't.
They got. I'm gonna talk about something that's kind of obscure, but Two Best Friends has a segment almost every Friday. That's Friday Night Fisticuffs, and it's the 4 of them. I know it's Two Best Friends. It's the Best Friends podcast. It's
the Switcher.
It's the Switcher is the channel name, but there's 4 of them, and they play fighting games almost every night. And it's the Friday Night Fisticuffs, and that intro that they make is so by far the best intro because I don't want to sound like some lonely fucking dude that has no friends, but we
do. We just don't talk to them.
Yeah. There's that, but they have this intro, and it makes you feel so welcome and pumped just to watch the video, and it feels like you're their actual friend, and it's going to hang out.
You're a part of their little groupie, and I feel the same with Norline when I'm watching him. I feel like I'm part of his weird little group, and he just rambles, and it's just funny.
Daddy Scumlord.
Scumlord.
Daddy Scumlord.
But yeah, that's pretty much how TacoTugboat kind of
That's
started.
and that's kind of what we want to be.
While.
We want to be able to talk about stuff and people come in and actually enjoy what we talk about and
just relax.
Yeah.
Just take a load off. Get off. You just got off work. You're just eating dinner or something, and you want something to listen to, or you're cleaning your house. And
or
you just,
even like I know some people that work out and listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that though. Like
I don't think I could work out and listen to a podcast.
Yeah, that's too relaxing for me. I would have to like have some hard music going if I'm working out.
Yeah,
I can't listen to two idiots just talk about shit.
Thanks.
Well.
But and then we've been talking about doing this for so long, and then finally we're like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just do it.
We were listening to a podcast just the other day, and we're just kind of just...
Which we gave a shout out to earlier.
Yeah, one of the two that we listen to often.
Mm-hmm.
But, it kind of lit a fire under us, and we just wanted to do the podcast, so here it is. We're trying to find a good format so we can flow into other topics better, but I don't even know what to talk about next, to be honest with you.
Let's just go with the flow, I guess.
I guess.
So I guess we should get back more on the gaming aspect since we kind of just
we went off a tangent pretty hard. So
we're over here making fun of Northern Life.
Yeah,
we're going off topic.
Expect a lot of awkward silence. So yeah. Like that.
But so let's see what other games.
Oh, games.
What other games the Sequel World?
Okay,
I didn't like it first.
Let's start with this. Let's do like a 3-part thing here.
Okay, cool.
Games. We're games.
Okay.
We'll say here's the games that we love and that we know,
mm-hmm.
and it's in our lives, and we like want to share it with the world. There's games maybe that we don't like so much, or maybe that we've heard about, and then like other games that we're looking forward to.
That's actually good because we got a few that we are looking forward to, and I'd like to talk about those.
Okay, so
what's
the first? Oh, okay, we'll get to that later. I'm excited about that, but we'll get to that later. Let's what's something that you grew up with, or that something that just kind of holds a good place in your heart as something that you've played? It doesn't have to be old. It can be new.
Oh man! Oh my gosh!
Just give me something here. I'll give one here in a second, unless you can't think of one right now.
Oh, I have a few. I think one of the ones that stands out the most, which is pretty crazy because Pokemon has such a great spot in my heart.
Oh man.
Pokemon just like...
Pokemon is just like... It was always big
mm-hmm.
for me, but only until recently, and not just for me, but it's become like this weird powerhouse.
Yeah, it's like it just pretty much like dominated.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to God WB, if this rumor is true that there's going to be a live action movie, I hope to God it's WB that gets it, because I just don't think Sony's going to do it right.
I don't know if
honestly, I would rather Disney get it out of anybody, but...
Disney's got a good track record, I guess, but for talking animals at least. But
I don't know. I'm still like, I don't want them to ruin it, you know?
Yeah, I don't think I want to see...
come out with maybe another animated feature like the Origin one with Red and Blue, you know? Where it was just like the most, like the new animation style they did. I'd rather just have another one of those.
I honestly think, and I don't know, maybe this is just because a lot of Americanizations of Asian medias have left a bad taste in my mouth, but I would like for them to keep Pokemon as a Japanese kind of thing,
mm-hmm.
and I don't want to see, because I mean, you've never seen it, but
mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Evolution, and like you've seen,
it already sounds bad.
It's terrible. It came out and like I don't even remember, like 2010 or something like that, a bit ago.
That's pretty recent, actually.
6 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Never mind.
But. I mean, almost everybody listening to this has probably have heard of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball or something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And of course, and like that holds a special place in my heart for some stupid reason. I'll admit that's the dumbest show, but I love it. I can't
stand it, but at the same time, you know.
Everybody has one of those things they grew up with, and that was me. That and Pokemon was like huge for me.
Mine was.
But Dragon Ball Evolution just. They brought an Asian thing,
mm-hmm.
and they Americanized it, and they just bastardized it. It was terrible. Shouldn't have been done. And that's what I'm afraid of. Like Ghost in the Shell, they're making a live action with, which I'm curious about.
Well, Scarlett Johansson's supposed to be in it,
and she's a good actress.
bad, but it's like I don't know. You know what I mean? There's just so many people when you have a bunch of fans that are passionate about something, they're the ones that are going to cut it down the
exactly.
most. So that's why we have the rule of we try not to watch
trailers.
God.
We just went off another tangent.
We did. We're supposed to be talking about video games. Okay. So anyway, games that hold a special place in our hearts.
So yours was Pokemon.
Well,
one of them.
One of them. I think the reason why Pokemon, I grew up with it. I still have my stuffed Charizard that I need to get fixed because it's falling apart.
Yeah.
But
it's like original shit.
Yeah, my mom bought it for me. Well, Santa brought it for me.
Spoiler alert: Santa's not real.
Yep. And Santa brought it to me. But Pokemon's always hold a special place in my heart, especially the cards and stuff. Like I almost started crying when I opened my first pack after 15 years, but that's off a tangent, so we're not going to go on that.
Right.
But
we're still talking about tangent.
Yes. So Pokemon for sure. I think the other one would have to be Spyro. The original Spyros, because I grew up with those, trying to find all those eggs and gems.
All the dragonflies.
All the dragonflies. Let's see. Soul Reaver,
Legacy of Kain series was always good, but the Soul Reaver ones were always the best. I have great memories of Soul Reaver. Was great. Mm-hmm. That was a good game. Oh, a little tidbit about Spyro the Dragon.
What's up?
Who voice acted him?
Elijah Wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elijah fucking Frodo voice acted. Not for all of the Spyro games, but for, I think, a couple of them, I think.
It was the ones, like, right when they made the transition. It was that transition before Skylanders, which isn't too bad. It's not my cup of tea, but for a little kid to get into gaming, I think it's actually a great way to learn, like, tank DPS, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I played it a little bit. It was fun, what I played, but it's not my thing.
It's a money, it's like a money pit.
It's a money pit,
yeah. Oh, so bad.
The part that Elijah Wood voiced for was like kind of like a whole story arc kind of thing that they were trying to do with it. And you know, they had everything they needed to make actually a really good game out of it, but it was just it fell flat for me. The story was good, the graphics were all right, you know, all that good stuff, and it was fun. But it was just, I was completing it in 3 hours. And
I mean, at the time it came out, like, the video game industry wasn't so used to making such epic storylines like we have today.
That's true.
Like, the ones that were doing it at that time was mostly, like, JRPGs, like Dragoon and Final Fantasy.
Oh, no. I think you're misunderstanding when this came out. This was this was PlayStation 2. This was like PlayStation 2 right before PlayStation 3.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought he did earlier ones.
No.
Oh, well, never mind.
This was like Spyro, I think.
Like Ripto's Rage or something like that?
No. Ripto's Rage, all those were still getting gems and stuff. This was like right after. Like, there was this.
So this is like the Shadow the Hedgehog kind of arc that they were going in when they were trying to make it like all edgy and.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's exactly what
every
happened.
Franchise has that that Shadow the Hedgehog kind of arc.
It was right before they did like the Skylander thing with it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like literally right before, and they're not bad. They were fun. I had fun with them and stuff, and it was a cool story. But it was just compared to the older ones, I'll play those all day every day.
Oh yeah.
But for sure those. The Lion King on the Sega because...
Oh, the Sega Genesis Lion King and Aladdin. Those were great games.
They were.
Those are the best movie tie-in games.
I really enjoyed... The Aladdin one is hard as shit.
Let's see. I can think of a few for me, like a or a fairly recent one, not a very recent one for me, would have to be a Journey by that game company.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, yeah, that really was an experience for me because the soundtrack alone was
beautiful.
Gorgeous. The visuals were just so pleasing, and it actually told a story without using a single word of dialogue.
No, that one part where you get where you're going like down the corridor hallway.
Yeah, and the sun is setting, and the sand just looks like gold, and it's just glittering.
Absolutely.
It's so pretty.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
If you haven't played it or haven't heard of it, pick it up. Just check it out. You can buy the entire or their first 3 games at GameStop for cheap.
It's such a great relaxing. Like if you've had a stressful day, or if you just need, if it's like raining outside, or if you just need time to just calm down from your normal, high pitched stuff. High pitched.
high stress world.
Yes.
There you go.
When you need to escape reality, Journey is definitely one of those.
Journey
ones.
was very good. I enjoyed it, and it touched on something that I'd like to see more often done in video games. And it's not like some kind of crazy idea, but I just want to see more respectable desert areas in games.
You
like
don't see
something
very many of those anymore.
not always. Like it really kills me because I love like the desert can be a beautiful place.
Yeah, like Egypt in the Secret World was a lot of fun, but it still to me
It was lacking.
It was missing some key with some of the things they did with like Transylvania and like and I haven't got to go to Tokyo yet, but it looks great.
Like Innsmouth was like Innsmouth. I'm glad they made that the first area in Secret World. It was so good.
Kingsmith, that whole area.
Kingsmith. Sorry.
Yeah, well you're.
I was thinking
right.
Innsmouth because
the Academy.
No, I was thinking H.P. Lovecraft, the town that they have. It's based off.
Well, yeah.
And there's Innsmouth Academy.
Well,
yes.
it's pretty much it is Innsmouth.
Yeah, it is Innsmouth.
It's but it's like what. There's so many games that I played when I was younger that got me into gaming, and that's part of the reason why when I was younger I even wanted to develop games, and that's what makes me want to do it now, which I guess that's another thing about me is I want to go to school for that. But I think one of the I can't think of any more. Don't light it up.
I'm not.
Okay. I can't think of any more.
I got a few. I got a couple at least. You named what, 3? 2?
Like in Legend of Dragoon.
Okay, Legend of Dragoon's great. I remember playing that with Nathan, one of my friends, a lot.
He might be on the podcast.
Yeah, he may be on the podcast at some point. Most likely he will be. And but Dragoon was great, but one of the ones that I'm going to say is a little bit obscure, and I don't think you've ever heard of it. I still have it on the PlayStation 1, and it's called Jumping Flash 2. Never heard of it. Jumping Flash 2. It's so stupid. It's so good though. All right, you're some kind of space cop thing, right? And you're piloting a robot rabbit. Right? Oh, it gets better. Okay. It gets better. So there's this weird kind of cone head thing that's taking over the universe and trapping planets in glass bottles. Yeah. And these people that live on those planets, they're called moo-moos.
Watch out for the bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're called moo-moos, and they're these weird little white things. They look like jellyfish, but they're little people. You gotta save them. Okay. In Jumping Flash 1, they were enemies, but now you gotta save them. But anyways, so in Jumping Flash 2, you're the space cop and this like robot rabbit, and like you get like 3 super jumps, and you can like, and it's a fully 3D game. It's a first-person shooter on the PS1, and it's fully 3D, and you get super jumps. You can run along walls. You get like, it's super childish, but it's super. For some reason, it like I still go back and play that or just watch something on it, and it's just like, it's so good for me.
Yeah, I haven't played that one, but there's just like video games. Like I always played the stuff I was used to. It wasn't really until I met you, and we started dating and everything that I actually
started getting back into video games,
and it was just. I remember the first time I was at your house.
Yeah, and you realized you're dating a super nerd.
Yeah, it was fine. I didn't mind. I was too. But, we played Borderlands.
Yeah, we played
Borderlands on the PlayStation.
Was that 1 or 2 that we were playing? I think it was 2.
I think it was 2 because I remember something about a diamond horse.
Yes, Butt Stallion. That's number 2. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was fun. I enjoyed it.
It's a good game. It's a really good game. And I haven't played anything past number 2. I played the expansion, the Tiny Tina's. It's like a joke about D&D. The entire thing. It's a D&D campaign. It's pretty good. It's pretty funny.
But yeah, that's probably around when I started getting back into video games. Really, was when you got your dad bought you your computer for helping him out. Yeah. And you got the Secret World and started getting games and started playing them on your computer.
Yeah, the Secret World.
And then I bought my computer.
Yeah. That was shortly after, like, I mean, I have so many other games that I could talk on and on about that we loved from my childhood.
But that would take a whole podcast by itself.
Well, maybe we'll dedicate an entire podcast for, like, nostalgic games for us and other people.
Yeah, that would actually probably be a good podcast topic.
Yeah, so let's move on to games that we're excited about that's coming up. Or, no, wait, hold on. Let's talk about games that we're playing now that we like, and then we'll talk about the games that are coming up soon.
Okay, I think we should start out with, and I will always recommend this to anybody who has a computer that can run it, The Secret World.
The Secret World...
You've heard me talk about it multiple times already.
The Secret World is... And you can get it on Steam on a good day on sale for like $10.
Oh,
but usually it's like
massive
30.
Edition sometimes.
Yeah, usually it's like $30. And you pay once, you play free until you get like the expansions later. Yeah, I mean, we did pay for it, but honestly, it's such... It's an MMO, and the leveling system is something that I've only seen in tabletop RPGs like GURPS.
The leveling system is absolutely
is really
phenomenal.
I like how they did it, and it gives you a lot of freedom to do a lot of stuff.
You don't have to go one way. You can actually be like, okay, I want to be a tank DPS. Well, there's builds for that.
Yeah, there's no classes. It's a build.
Yeah, or there's decks. Like if you want certain costumes and like achievements and stuff. But I mean, you can easily like build your own deck and then build towards those while using your deck that you made up. Not only does it have an amazing leveling system, I've never had a game that was it's a modern day MMO.
Yes, which you rarely see.
Yes.
I mean, you see them every once in a while, but they're modern day MMO.
They're hard to do, apparently.
I guess so, and they do it well. I love it, and I've heard a lot of people talk crap about it. I mean, it's not for everybody, I'll admit.
Yes.
Something that really caught me and like kind of sucked me in, though.
It's very... When I first started playing it, and I actually got into the story, and I actually tried it out again after saying that I didn't like it. But that was something because I wasn't used to playing games like that.
Yeah.
Because I know this is going backwards a little bit.
Okay.
But the game that actually got me my first MMO was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean Online.
Which was okay. And looking back, I'm like, that was shit. But like, it was all right. It taught me a lot. It got me ready, I guess.
I guess my first MMO was Star Wars Galaxies.
I still have that.
Yeah. Yeah, we still got the emulated server going.
Yeah. I never got on it.
This is such a good game before Sony took over. But yeah, that was my first MMO, and it shows its age for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's still a good game.
Yeah.
But The Secret World, it's a modern day RPG. And we're not going to go big into detail about it, but we'll give you the rundown, I guess. It's a modern day... Think if all those conspiracy theories and monster things and aliens actually existed, and you're part of this secret organization, one of the 3 secret organizations that's out there investigating and fighting and working alongside all those weird cryptic things. And they know all these things about it, and you're just getting thrown in on the front lines of the secret war that's going on, and it's just engrossing. The storyline is amazing. I've never played an RPG, or I've never played a game where I actually had, on one of the missions, that I actually had to go on Amazon.com and look up a book, look up the ISBN number, and that's one of the clues for this book, that you have to find out what book it is, and you have to look up the ISBN number, and that happens to be a password to get into a computer terminal. The investigation missions in that game are so in-depth. They put a lot of love into making those missions, and they put so much effort, and I just wish they got more love out of it. And they're just so creative. I love how they did it.
They just released the park, which is actually part of the Secret World.
On Steam, there's...
On consoles.
Is it on consoles now?
They just released it for PlayStation. Wow. Well, the consoles and everything.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was on my email from GameStop. But they're growing. It's just slowly. And it's not only... Everything's voice acted.
Almost everything.
Yeah. And it's voice acted well.
It is.
It's actually very realistic. It's not like you normally hear from some video games, especially like with, say, video games that are imported from Japan or Korea or from the eastern areas in the world, and then they bring them over here and they try to sound like them.
Yeah. There's no localization problem for this because it is made in, I think it's the U.S. is where it came from. It's Funcom that does it, but they're not always American. They got some Asian MMOs out there, but this one is American, and the park is a tie-in to it.
Yes.
In one of the areas, the lower level areas of the game.
And it's like, and you have a lot to do. So we've had it for 2 years.
Yeah.
And we have over
and we
300 hours
we haven't even got to in-game yet.
And we haven't even got to in-game in the part we are at.
Yeah,
we haven't even got to where we can go to Tokyo.
We can't even do epic raids yet.
Yes.
It's a good game. It's a good game, and
very, very, very good.
I recommend it to anybody and everybody I can.
And not only that, it's got a lot of like if you love H.P. Lovecraft, Stephen King,
yes.
stuff like that. It's got a lot of. It's very well in its immersion. The soundtrack is phenomenal.
The soundtrack is great.
It is very well done. The combat system is it's simple, but it's good.
It's a little rigid for my taste, but it's still good.
Yeah, I like it.
It's still good. I enjoy it. I give it a good solid 8 out of 10. For sure, for me.
8 out of 10, yeah. I agree. 8 out of 10.
It's not perfect, but it's something I can go back to and really not get tired of.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, what else?
Something else that we're currently... Terra's good.
Terra, definitely. Terra is one of those ones where I'll binge play it for a week or two, and then I'll not play it again for 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of trying to go on to the ones where most people don't play. So Terra's not really one of the ones that most people don't play. I mean, a lot of people know of Terra.
A lot of people
We're trying
play
to go
Terra.
into stuff that maybe is a little bit under the radar.
Yeah, like the Secret World, I feel like a lot of people play it, but a lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah.
Terra is one of those ones where when they come out with a new class, you get it, you play it, and then you kind of just don't go back for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
still working on my brawler. I'm trying to get to that level 40 cap. So I can unlock the Reaper.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, the Reaper's fun. I played with yours a little bit. It is fun.
If you like a good combat system, something that's pretty quick pace and easy to level in.
An action MMO.
Yeah, Terra is definitely it. But only thing is, I hear about is that once you hit a certain level, it kind of just slows down a lot.
We haven't reached that point yet.
We're nowhere near that point because I have so much I still have to do.
Because we're constantly making new characters too.
That's true.
That is my problem. It's always been that way with every game.
Always making new characters.
I mean, of course, we've played WoW.
Yeah.
And we love WoW.
Yep.
I mean...
Gotta be getting a subscription to that too.
Diablo 3 is definitely something. Here's something I want to do for the channel personally. I want to do a Let's Play of Diablo 1, 2, and 3 all the way through.
Hell yeah.
And I would love to do that because I've beaten Diablo 1 and 2... Diablo 2 and 3 so many times, and I have probably gotten only halfway through Diablo 1, and that's a shame because it's kind of like the granddaddy, not the granddaddy of ISOs, but I would say, I don't even know what would be the beginning of the isometric era, I guess. I'm probably going to get hate on this, but Baldur's Gate, I guess? Maybe?
Somebody will tell us in the comments.
Yeah, somebody's going to be like, no, you're fucking stupid, it's, this, you fucking pleb, but... But yeah, that's something I would love to do for the channel, is doing a playthrough of all 3 Diablos over. I'm not going to do them one after the other, but I'll do 1 and then I'll hit the 2, and 2 honestly is my favorite. And I'm sure I'm not gonna cause a huge controversy by saying that, but Diablo 2 LOD, by far the best Diablo game ever made. But Diablo 3 did good.
Agree with you.
So, I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there is going to agree with it. And the crazy thing is, they're still updating BNet for that.
Mm-hmm.
After, when did Diablo 3 come out? Diablo 2, 99, I think? So, 7 years, or, I'm sorry, 17 years?
It's 7 years.
God.
What happened?
Yeah, sometimes
How do we go back in time?
I still do that,
But, okay, let's see. So you want to do Diablo.
Of course.
I'm still, I think it's because I'm so new to all of this gaming stuff. I want to say that I've been maybe, I don't want to say hardcore, but I've been into it maybe for the past year where I actually know what I like, what I don't like, what I'm into, what I want to see in a video game, all that good stuff, more literate into video games in the past maybe year.
Yeah, you've kind of, instead of just dabbling in it, you're kind of getting more immersed into the genre or the medium of video games. Yeah, I'm like the newbie. I'm the noob. Well, everybody's gonna start somewhere.
I'm the scrub.
Yeah, you always will be.
Yeah. But anyway, but the Binding of Isaac for sure. I think is another one that.
I don't even think that's under the radar either. A lot of people know of Binding of Isaac. That's something that we play a lot.
Warframe. I feel like is not under the radar, but it is.
But it's not getting enough love.
Yes.
It's really, really good. It's a great. All I have to say, 3 words: ninjas in space. How can you go wrong with that? And if you've ever played Zone of the Enders, the second runner, the second Zone of the Enders, you can get something that pretty much makes you like Jehuti. It's called the Arcwing, and you're flying around space, like slashing people up with katanas and stuff, and like near light speed, and it controls so well. It's so good.
It's an absolutely amazing game.
And the optimization,
yes,
on our regular like Walmart style computers, the optimization still looks.
Yours is a Walmart. Mine, I got it Fry's Electric.
Ooh. Anyways,
it's still,
Yeah, I mean, I have a gateway from Walmart, but it's optimized for like PS3 graphics, which is saying a lot because I mean I have a tiny little gateway. Soon I will hopefully be getting something better.
Your gateway is actually like it's weird. Some games run better on your gateway than it does on my computer, and then my computer runs better on some games than your computer.
That's why I named it what it is. It's Thomas the Dank Engine. Thomas the Dank Engine.
So, there's a lot of games that we could talk about that we play.
Oh man, so many. We can go on forever about that.
Yeah, Star Conflict I think is another one. That's
War
kind
Thunder.
Of
If you've heard of War Thunder, it's arcade and simulation air battles and ground battles, but mostly air battles that I like to play. But Star Conflict is that, but in space, so it's good. It's real good.
I see a lot of the games. Like I don't think we realize how many games we play that aren't under the radar.
Oh, I guess
Smite maybe.
Smite. It certainly doesn't get as much love as like Dota or.
Well, my thing is like if you don't like League of Legends or Dota, try out Smite. It's a little bit.
It's faster paced.
There's a lot. It's actually very rewarding,
and it's easier to get into.
Yes.
And the community is not near as toxic.
Yeah.
I've played League, I've played Dota, and it's like you mess up once, those people are like they hate you for life. In Smite, everybody's just there to have fun. You're not getting booted for like dropping connection or quitting a game because you had to like do something.
We've had a few people actually have to leave, and they would say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have to go. I apologize."
And nobody's butthurt
like,
about it.
All right, cool, see you later.
Everybody has fun, even if you're losing. It's still fun.
But
and I love the game.
We could have been lucky too, so I hope we're not just like.
I mean, I haven't ran into anybody that's salty yet on that game.
I haven't run into anybody that's salty on any of the games I've played so far.
I've ran into a few.
And I hear the Terra community is supposed to be like really bad. But I haven't. I don't know. Maybe it's because my chat box is off to the side and I don't notice.
I always ignore my chat box. That's my problem. But like I have noticed in War Thunder, when our team on the off occasion that I have dominated on one of the matches, which is a rarity. But there are times where I have done good, and people can get salty. I've noticed on that game they get really butthurt if you kill them one too many times.
Yeah, but
Darkest Dungeon. That's one that I really enjoy.
Oh yeah,
Darkest.
That one doesn't
if you
get
like
a lot of love either.
If you like strategy, turn-based strategy, and it's kind of hard to explain. I'm trying to equate it with another game that's more known, but it's kind of hard to because they do a good job of turn-based strategy combat, and think Dark Souls meets XCOM.
That's
a really good way to say it, I guess.
Because it's super hard.
And it's like dark and gritty, but it has a really good turn-based combat system.
And amazing artwork. It's
really good
very
artwork.
Well graphic. Very, very good graphics.
Yeah.
I can't
Speaking of XCOM, XCOM 3, we can't wait to play the new one that not just came out.
Yeah.
But XCOM 4, XCOM 3, sorry, XCOM 2 is what we have.
Yeah.
XCOM 3 that's coming out, but we played XCOM 2 right now. Long War. We play that. Okay, so we played XCOM 3, XCOM 2 regular stuff. That's hard enough, but Long War is just horribly, insanely hard. But it's great.
Yes.
If you've never played XCOM, try it out.
Long War was actually created by a modder, right?
Yes, Long War was created by a fan community for free, just using their own skills and assets and everything. They ended up getting different voice actors of different languages in different countries. They put so much work into this.
They hired them, didn't they?
Yes, Firaxis actually hired them to work on XCOM 3. The creator of XCOM literally said that my game is just a tutorial for Long War. So you're doing something right.
You're doing something right.
When the creator says, like, your game add-on is better than my game that I created, I mean, that you're doing something right. And by far, it is a very, very solid, and it's free.
Yep.
The XCOM 2's not, but the Long War,
is
free. Yes.
But XCOM 2, there's always sales on Steam.
Oh,
always.
man. I mean, I got mine on sale, and it's so good. That's one of the games that I do not regret buying. There's a few games on there I regret buying. XCOM, for sure, will never be one of those games.
Yeah, that's another thing is I feel like XCOM is definitely one of those games that I definitely need to get into playing.
Yeah.
But, so, we don't have a lot of games that we can kind of... Those are, like, mostly computer games.
I guess we could...
What about any console games?
Okay.
I mean, I know all we have is a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation 2.
Yeah. No, we got PlayStation 1 and N64.
Yeah, that's right. We do have an N64. My little tank.
Yeah, that thing's a little beast.
That thing has been thrown across rooms. That thing has been sat in water in a basement for God knows how long, and it still works.
Yep, works great.
But on PlayStation 3, I can't really...
I mean, any of the Dark Souls games, for sure. Or Demon Souls.
They get a lot of love, so...
Yeah, everybody knows about those. I mean,
just
if
like
you haven't checked it out, just do it. But,
it's definitely one of those games where if you're not sure...
Keep
your GameStop receipt.
Try it.
You know what I mean? Always keep a receipt for any game that you buy if you can return it. But
yeah,
for sure, Dark Souls is one of those games where I will tell you, you will get frustrated. You will not touch it for a month, but you'll always come back to it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Man. What else have we played on PlayStation 3? I guess. Well, here's a series that I like a lot. A lot of people hate on the sequels to it. Dead Space is a great series. I know you've heard of it, but
yeah, we have it.
It's great. My actual favorite of the series is number 2. For some reason, I don't know why. It's a little bit more actiony, but still it keeps that scariness to it. Number 3 just was terrible and went straight action, very little scariness to it. But number 1, solid. I think they actually improved when they made number 2. Number 3 kind of shit the bed.
See, I don't really have any good recommendations because I'm still kind of new.
Like PlayStation 3, I guess, like Metal Gear Solid, we played... I mean, when we first moved here, we didn't have internet for the longest time. So I played the entirety of Metal Gear Solid 4.
And I watched, and that's when I fell in love with Metal Gear.
That's a great game.
And I have all of them because Nathan gave me his copy for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it yet. It's just like, so it's like Naruto for me. It's so massive that I'm like, I love it to death, but I don't know if I ever play it.
Like, I can understand that. Metal Gear is a huge undertaking for sure. There's so much detail and, like, there's so much content.
It's very in-depth. Very, very, very well done.
It gets a little bit,
Oh, we were one of the few that got to play PT.
Yeah. I wouldn't say few.
But we're one of the ones that got lucky and got to play it.
Yes, PT. Okay, if anybody hasn't known this, Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear and the Metal Gear Solid series, teamed up with Guillermo del Toro, one of my favorite directors, movie directors. He did Hellboy 1 and 2, of course. He did Pan's Labyrinth. He did The Orphanage. He's done, oh man, so many great movies. He directed two of the Blade movies. I know that he's got quite a few stuff, but he's mostly known for horror and monsters and stuff like. Oh, he also did Pacific Rim, which it's good. I mean, it's not my favorite, but
you're not like, you don't really care for action.
Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah, I'm not an action movie fan.
Unless it's John Wick.
John Wick was so good. Anyways, but Pan's Labyrinth by far is Guillermo del Toro's best movie. It's a masterpiece. I'm sorry, but Hideo Kojima teamed up with Guillermo del Toro to make a horror game thing before he got shit canned by Konami, which is a whole another can of worms.
Yeah.
But they made
It doesn't matter. He's good.
Yeah.
He's gonna make his own. I think he's gonna make better stuff.
Hopefully. But he made like this horror tech demo, and it was by far one of the scariest games. I
almost threw the controller across the room.
It was downright nerve-wracking in some places. I mean, like
it was so simple.
Yeah, it was very simple.
Watching Let's Plays of it, I'm like,
you're walking in loops in a house. That's all you're doing, in loops in a house. And it's so simple, but he got the formula so right There's only one complaint I had about the game.
What was that?
And that's near the end, when you're moving really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I get motion sickness.
Yeah, we never got to really finish it.
I have. But it was
because that's where I
troublesome.
quit too. Remember, it made me too dizzy.
That was my only problem. But everything else top notch. I was actually thoroughly creeped out, and that rarely happens to me anymore. I love the horror genre.
Is we'll never get to play it again because
he's gonna make something.
Well, I know, but our friend Nathan had PT on his PlayStation 4.
Oh god!
And it got corrupted.
So yeah,
so he lost.
He lost the PT file, and anybody could say like, if you don't know the details, be like, oh, why don't you just download again? Well, when Konami fired Kojima, they took the rights to all that stuff, and they're not going to release it now. They took it off the market, and they're not going to release it. So anybody that has a PT save file on their PlayStation 4 can actually sell it for upwards of like, what, $2,500.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's really like
it's a collector's item at this point.
Yep, and it's like, son of a... Yeah,
Nathan it's a shame.
Was very, very bummed about that.
Yeah, his data got corrupted, and he had to reformat his hard drive.
It wasn't our fault, but it was after he got home from staying at our apartment.
I think it's a coincidence. If it is our fault, I feel terrible.
But I think it's a coincidence.
I hope it's a coincidence.
Probably didn't turn his PlayStation off correctly
maybe.
Or something like that.
Or maybe it could have been any number of things. I just hope that we're not at fault, because I would feel bad.
Yeah, no kidding. But
it's a good, scary... It worked. They did it well.
Yep. I don't really have anything else for
consoles.
Games under the radar, really. That we enjoy.
Like we didn't even talk about that stuff that's under the radar either.
Yeah, it's like
I could go way under the radar, but nobody would know what we're talking about.
Like, but no, I'm not. I don't know that much either. So
yeah.
I think we should go ahead and go to
upcoming games that we're excited for, stuff that's not out yet.
Yeah.
Or stuff that we just haven't played yet.
Stuff that we haven't played, stuff that's not out yet.
Oh, sorry, let me make sure both.
I want to talk about the VR that's coming out. Because No Man's Sky, the Eve thing.
Oh, God, Eve Valkyrie? I cannot wait for that.
And
No Man's Sky, and God, so many others.
Not to mention, we'll be right back. Welcome back.
Okay, I don't even think they knew we left.
Probably not, but...
We'll just insert some kind of, like, commercial there. Although we're not sponsored by anybody, but we'll make up a commercial for that little point that we were gone.
Do your neighbors smoke weed? Do they smoke shitty weed? We'll go knock on their door and tell them to buy better weed.
Where are we going with this? Anyways, our neighbors were smoking some weed, and I mean, I've never smoked weed before.
Neither have I.
But like, I'm alright. I don't care if somebody smokes weed.
I don't care either.
I'll try it eventually when it becomes legalized. I'll probably try it, but or if I made a trip to Colorado or Washington or something like that, I'd do it.
You only live once. Dye your hair purple.
Anyways, one of our neighbors is like lighting up right now, and I have no problem with somebody smoking weed around me. It doesn't bother me none.
Nope.
You're not hurting nobody. But the thing is, like, they have the shittiest weed, and I know enough about weed to know that it shouldn't smell like
crap.
It smells like they're stomping a skunk to death upstairs.
It's and then it makes the apartment smell like shit.
Yeah, and like I come home like after work or something, and it just smells just like dank, and not in the good way. Not in the good way.
Yeah. So anyway,
we were talking about VR.
We were talking about the VR, and this is something that I'm super excited about because of somebody who has a lazy eye, which it's not as bad anymore because I had surgery.
Can I say something real quick about the weed thing? We did not go up and knock on the door and tell them to get better weed. That was just a tangent we just went off on. We didn't go complain about them.
Complain to their face about.
I didn't want to sound like a jerk, be like some kind of weed elitist, but no. Anyways.
Anyway, so the new VR is coming out soon. I am super excited. Well, it's already out, but for the PlayStation stuff like that, it's gonna be coming out soon.
The PlayStation VR, and there's the HTC. Wow, what is that called? The HTC.
I don't know.
I don't remember either. And then there's the Oculus Rift, are the three big ones that are on the horizon at least.
But the VR is coming out. And not only am I excited about it because I can't wait to immerse myself in video games in a new way.
Yes.
But apparently there has been research done on these VRs that help people who have lazy eyes strengthen and help their lazy eye.
Yeah.
As somebody who has lazy eye for all their life, has had one surgery when she was 5 on it, when I was 5 on it, and then another one just last year.
Yeah.
Do you think that a video game or this type of device is going to actually help my lazy eye? Is actually
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, not only possibly help, but not only make me extremely happy, but makes me even more, it's a confidence thing.
And actually correct a medical.
Yeah, there's
thing,
a possibility that can happen. I'm not going to say it will, but there's research done on it to possibly help.
But even more plus to get a VR.
Yeah,
if you got a lazy eye, try it out.
Yeah,
an hour a day might exercise is enough.
I'm gonna try it out.
And I am not a doctor. I'm not recommending this, but
research has been done. I'm gonna research more into it. This is just something that I found the other day. I'm gonna talk to my eye doctor about it.
For sure. I mean, but regardless, we're gonna get the VR anyways.
Oh yeah,
I'm very excited for it.
I'm mostly excited for when it comes to the VR. No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky is gonna be good shit.
Yes, it is.
And I'm excited for Eve Valkyrie.
Oh yeah.
A space dogfighting simulator kind of thing.
And that's the shit I'm good at. I'm good at dogfighting.
Yeah, for some reason you got some really good coordination when it comes to fighter.
I might not be able to walk in a straight line, but I sure can.
She can fly a plane.
I can fly a plane on
I don't get that.
computer.
but
I can't drive a truck.
There's that. I can't wait for a good horror game to come out.
Like PT, something like that. That's gonna be trippy.
I saw a video of this German couple. They were playing with the Oculus Rift, and you have the controllers, the wireless controllers, and it simulates where your hand's at and everything. And it's the girl. She's wearing it, and it shows on one screen her, and then on the other screen what she's seeing. And so she's standing in this open field at night with this post-apocalyptic kind of scenario going on, and there's zombies coming in, and it's dark, and she's literally freaking the hell out. She's crying and shaking at the end of it because it's just so intense. That looks like fun.
Yeah.
I want to try. I can't remember the name of the game, but it's somewhere on the YouTubes. But I don't know. It's probably pretty popular, but it looks like fun.
It does. And another game I would love to see do a VR compatible with is something like Warframe. But the way that I want them to do their VR is first person, like an Iron Man kind of thing.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be sweet. So Warframe, if you ever hear this, creators of Warframe, you know my suggestion. I said it first.
A VR Warframe would be pretty kick-ass.
I will play the.
I don't know how the parkour. I don't know how the parkour system would work with that though.
Oh, well, you might still have to use a controller.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, or the keyboard and stuff, because in some of the games you still use the keyboard.
I could see you flailing your arms about trying to chop somebody in half, and then you break your computer.
Yeah, I'll have to put me in a padded room with a VR system if I played Warframe.
Right.
I would fall all over the place though. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't get anywhere.
I could see 20 years in the future if VR did become popular enough, we'd have something from Star Trek, the holodecks. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that? Are you familiar with the holodeck on Star Trek?
I think so.
Anyways, the holodeck, it's this room. Uh-huh. It's just this 20 by 20 foot room, and it's just a big square, and it projects these holograms that you can actually interact with.
Oh yeah.
And and that's all it's for. It's entertainment, or you can do historical stuff. But I'm thinking there's gonna be a lot of sex. There's gonna be a lot of holodeck porn.
Well, there's already a VR porn.
Yeah, you've seen them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's some weird stuff going on with that, but interesting.
But let's see. VR definitely is something I'm interested in. Can't wait for.
There's a few things I'm interested in.
So those are some of the stuff that's not out yet, or they're not out yet. They're coming out soon.
There's probably more that we haven't even touched on that we know of, but we're just drawing a blank on right now.
Yeah, probably. And we'll probably just bring it up in another episode
Most
or another
likely.
podcast. But another game that I'm excited about, that I've already played a little bit of it. Actually played it. I was drunk and I did a really good job. Just saying. But Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3, good game.
It's a great mixture of Bloodborne and Dark Souls to me.
Yeah, it's it doesn't
have a lot of Bloodborne stuff, but it's got that, I don't know, it's got that gothic element to it this time.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like about it.
Well, yeah, Dark Souls has been more gothic, while Bloodborne was Victorian.
That's what I mean by that, yeah.
The difference between Bloodborne and Dark Souls to me has always been Bloodborne is attack, is offense. Dark Souls mostly is defense. And that's what I've always thought of it as. And they're both just solid games from what I've played.
Oh, yeah, but that's like what I was saying is like I think the reason why Dark Souls 3 felt more like Bloodborne to me was because it seemed easier to control.
That and it's a bit faster paced.
Yes, that might be it too. It was faster paced. It was I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to get that on the PlayStation 4. Hopefully we'll have video captures by then too, so we can start doing Let's Plays of that.
Well, we could always just stream to Twitch. There is the option for that for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
But I'd like to get like an Elgato capture card or something like that, so we can actually capture it and put it onto our computer and edit it.
Edit it, put it on YouTube, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for sure, something Dark Souls 3 is definitely on my list of to buys when I get my new PlayStation.
Yeah.
Another game I'm really excited for, but this is because I've played these games throughout my entire life. I love them to death. I've actually restarted them. I'm gonna keep playing them. It's Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, of course. I can't wait for the new one to come out.
Yes, that's what I can't wait for.
One of my favorite Disney movies is going to be in that one, featured in that. Tangled. I actually like Tangled. I thought it was really good. I still haven't seen Frozen, though. I haven't jumped on that bandwagon yet.
Well, here's something that's current that's going on. Fans are asking Disney to give in Frozen to give Elsa in Frozen 2 a girlfriend. So they want to actually make Elsa
like lesbian.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no problem with that.
I don't either.
If it fits.
If it fits, yeah.
But like, don't shoehorn a lesbian relationship in there just because you have to.
Well, the only thing is one, Disney, if they do it, that's going to be not insane, but it's going to be crazy to me because of the negative impact that they could possibly get. Not saying that I find that any wrong or anything like that,
right.
But
well, I mean,
I know other people are crazy.
They've had other sexualities in there already. I mean, they've had pedophiles in some of their movies with Pocahontas.
True.
Yeah. And I think Hunchback of Notre Dame, but I might be wrong about that one. Also, what's his name from Mulan? The general. He's gay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he fell in love with Mulan when he was a dude.
But anyway, so that's something current with Frozen that I found out today on Twitter. Pretty interesting stuff. I'm interested to see how this is going to go.
But you know how like ships are and headcanons and bullshit like that, because apparently Hermione's black now.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Which is, I have nothing against it, but it's just like that's not how I imagine it.
If we're going to start going after fandoms and everything...
We're not going to get into this right now.
We're not going to do it on this, because that's going to be another...
That's another thing.
That's another thing.
That's going to be like Fandom Fridays or some bullshit like that.
That's going to be... Fandom Fridays. That's going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah. Here's something I want to talk about, and we're getting off the topic of video games. DC is coming out with their Rebirth series. And as of this month... Starting this month, and I can't remember the date of it. I think it might actually be the 9th? I might be wrong. But all DC comics, even the like 80-page comic books, is going to be $2.99 from now on. And they're revamping the entire universe. And I'm definitely getting my hands on some of the first issues of especially like Batman, Superman. I really can't wait for Wonder Woman. I cannot wait for Birds of Prey. There's quite a few for sure. I'm really kind of excited for Aquaman.
And it's actually a great time for me to start getting into comic books because it's a whole new universe.
Yes, and if you've ever wanted to get into DC or just comic books in general, this is a great time to do it because the price is very accessible. They're just revamping everything, so you're getting in at the beginning of the story arcs.
Oh, yeah.
You're not having to know all the lore and history behind it. I would like... Anyways. So, yeah. If you ever wanted to get into comic books, now's the time, especially for DC. There's been a few comic books I have wanted to talk about lately. Definitely, like, I've been trying to get you to read Scott Pilgrim's... was a Little Wonderful Life or something like that.
To read it. We just can't afford
We can't afford it right now. But Scott Pilgrim, if you've seen the movie, they did a great job of it.
I haven't seen the movie.
It's a good movie, but like for some reason, what's his name? What is his name? The guy that plays him. He played in Superbad.
I know who you're talking about, and I know what he looks like because they use his face on Imager a lot.
Yeah, Michael Cera.
Yeah.
He honestly, he kind of looks like Scott Pilgrim, how he was in the comic book in a way, but like I don't think he can pull off. He's a good choice. Don't get me wrong, but I think that Scott Pilgrim would have gone better with somebody else. Maybe I can't think of another actor, but like somebody maybe unknown. But he did a good job in that movie. But Scott Pilgrim, the comic book, absolutely great. I love it. It's a really good one. But something that I've read fairly recently that I just got into from the beginning and is goddamn wonderful is Saga by Image Comics. Mm-hmm. It is so good. It's very original. It's a space opera, drama, action, mystery. It's so good.
I read a little bit of it, and I actually really enjoyed it.
The art style is great, too.
Around the time that you were reading it, that's when I had my shitty job.
Mm-hmm.
So
you didn't have the
really
time.
Do anything. Yeah. I was kind of like this shell of a person.
Yeah, you were like super depressed when you were doing that job.
Oh, yeah, but it was like... what I did read of it when I did have time, I knew it was something when just those first few pages that I read it that I was like, this is something that I'm going to read, that I'm going to love.
It's like
very good.
It's like 70 something issues into it right now, and I don't see it winding down. You can get the first omnibus of it, of like the first 50 issues, I think, or 35 or something like that.
Also, if you've already guessed the town we live in or in our trivia question that we had at the beginning of the video, you can go to the local library and you can actually
rent that omnibus.
Rent it. Yeah, rent it.
Check it out.
Check it out. You can actually check it out.
And that's how I got into it, and it's man, I fell in love with it. I read it all in one night, and I've read it twice since then. It's just so good. Let's see. Any other comics related things that you're interested in?
How did we get off of comics?
I did a hard cut.
Yeah, because we kind of ran out of.
We've been on video games for a long time.
Well, and then we kind of ran out of stuff because we're a generation behind.
Yeah.
So we don't really have a lot to talk about, and those things that we know we're interested in, we can't really talk about because we haven't got to play them yet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just cut that because it's TacoTugboat. We're gonna be
talk about a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So.
If you haven't guessed it yet.
Yeah.
You probably haven't because we've been just talking about video games, but...
Yeah, but we're going to talk about comics now. Some of the comics that I really want to get into for sure is probably Batman Beyond because I grew up with that.
Batman Beyond is super great.
Birds of Prey for sure.
Birds of Prey I'm super excited about.
Bombshells. I love the freaking artwork in Bombshells. And you can get the clothes at Hot Topic, just saying.
Yeah. I love the local comic book shop here has a lot of Bombshell statuettes on display.
And there are
the Hawk Girl, the Batgirl, Lois Lane, the Wonder Woman not so much. I'm all right with it, but like those the first three are like I think they're just great character designs, and the statue just looks so good, and that's what got me into wanting to read the Bombshells, is those statuettes, and I definitely want. I think Hawk Girl is the one with the jetpack, and it's so cool
looking at that for
every time we go there.
Moved here.
Since before we moved here.
Yeah, since before we moved here. Since, God, forever.
Every time we go to the comic book shop, I have to look at those statuettes. They're so good.
They're so good. Let's see. When it comes to comics, there's not really a lot that I can talk about because I'm just starting to get into
we both
that.
are.
Even manga, I mostly watch anime. I don't read the mangas.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of like One Punch Man's one I want to read because I know all of it's not in the series, but
there's a few story arcs that are different for sure.
Yeah, I definitely want to read it because it's just I love that series. But with comics, it's very, very. I mean, I have the Vampire Diaries. I'm gonna get made fun for this, but I have the But I have the Vampire Diaries comics. I've read, I think, like the first 3 issues when they first started coming out before they came out with the book.
Yeah.
And I liked them because it felt like a story that was off to the side that you can just enjoy from the show, but it was still not technically, you don't have to make it canon. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. But that's the closest thing I've gotten to a comic.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess.
No, but it's like I enjoyed it, but I still have the book sitting over there because I bought it when I had my crappy job.
Yeah.
And I haven't even opened it. I've opened it to look at it, but I haven't actually like.
Yeah, we haven't really dug down and like started like getting into the comics lately.
Because we haven't had the money and we haven't been able to. Now we finally have the time and the money.
Yes.
So it's something we're definitely
going to get hard into it. Another thing, I guess comic book store related, but not really comics, is D&D Next.
Oh yeah,
So
we're definitely wanting to get that.
I've been playing D&D 3.5 for probably a good 4 or 5 years now. Love D&D 3.5. It's so great. I love a lot of the stuff in it, but we played about a year ago. We had the starter set for D&D Next, which I guess is 5th edition, 5e. It plays really well. It flows a lot easier. It's easier to get into than 3.5 for sure. Mm-hmm. We're definitely going to be getting into 5th edition or Next very soon. We're going to be getting those books and making a campaign for that. I want to follow a pre-made campaign, and Laurel wants to make her own campaign.
Well, I want to follow a pre so that we can get used to it.
Get the idea of how it flows and stuff.
Yeah, but then I definitely want to make my own campaign, but it really depends on how much time we have.
Yeah.
Because, we're just starting this.
We both have full-time jobs, and we're going to be doing this. So
yeah,
it's just a little hectic.
It's just one of those things where if we get a group of people together and somebody else wants to DM,
yeah,
I might be like, all right.
And here at the local,
just let me have my damn wolf, and I'm good.
Yeah. Play the druid and have your wolf.
I love my wolf.
And at the college here, there's a D&D group, mm-hmm. and we're trying to maybe get into that.
Yeah, just to get our feet wet, and so I can have a better understanding of it, because I'm still technically kind of new.
And I don't like the DM. I don't mind DMing. Mm-hmm. But I'd rather play a character.
Well, I got a great story that involves D&D. So, and when my best friend listens to this, which she might do a podcast with us at one point. Who knows? It's all up and open right now. But my best friend Shirley, she, I called her up one day and said, "Hey, do you want to come over and play some video games at our friend Nathan's house?" And me and Steven's friend. Okay. Anyway, so. We're like, "Do you want to come over and play some video games at Nathan's house?" Because I knew that if I said, "Do you want to come play D&D?" she would have said no.
Of course.
Yes.
Which is, an average reaction for most people, which is understandable.
So I get her over there, and she sits down, and she goes, "I'm not going to leave this chair." And I'm like, "Oh, but we need your help in the kitchen."
Yeah.
She walks in there. All of the D&D books are set up.
We have a whole dungeon laid out on tiles.
Did we tell her, make a character?
And we took
she's like,
an hour and a half.
"You son of a bitch. You...
Tricked
Good job.
Her. We tricked
Good job."
her.
She's like, she gave me a high five, and to this day, I'm still proud of myself. And lo and behold, she did it. She freaking loved it.
Well, yeah. I think if anybody gave D&D a chance, I'd say 90% of people would absolutely like it.
Without the video.
It's got the best graphics. It's on your head.
It's on your head.
That's exactly how you want it. But, yeah. I mean, even Emily was surprised how much she liked it.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah.
But, so that's another thing, I guess it's comic book, not comic book, but comic store related.
Yeah, one of those kind of things.
Let's see.
Book related, I guess.
Book related.
Yeah. If we want to go book related.
Oh, God.
I got a few books.
Yeah, I know.
But we'll get onto that some other time, maybe.
Let's see. We got another thing that you'll probably see on the channel also. A lot of the stuff that you're hearing from us is stuff you're going to most likely hear.
Is a good
It's a good little kind of introduction to what's to come.
The appetizer.
The appetizer.
Yes.
The
aperitif.
It's the bread at Texas Roadhouse.
It's your unlimited soup and breadsticks at Olive Garden.
No, the bread at all Roadhouse is.
Well, yeah, I'm just using metaphors.
I know you are. I'm just telling you. But anyway.
It's the sampler platter from Chili's.
Oh, pick somewhere else better than that.
It's the cornbread at Black Eyed Pea. They have good cornbread. Yeah, they have good cornbread.
Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed, that's a band.
I know. Anyway, so another thing that we'll probably do a lot on the channel, or randomly, anime. Talk a lot about anime. We have quite a few recommendations.
Yes. Movies.
Movies, for sure.
Music.
Books. Pop culture. Like, I even made a reference kind of to something pop culture-y with the Frozen thing.
Oh, that?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's all over the internet.
I haven't seen it.
Well, it just happened today.
But I'm always in those little dark corners of the internet.
Yeah, dark corners.
Not that stuff.
But yeah, so we're gonna definitely have
Not
a good
always.
mixture of things. We're gonna try to keep up with everything.
Try to. That's
That's why we're recording this not on a Tuesday. We're recording it.
Yeah,
beforehand.
we're trying to make a bit of a backlog here, but at the same time
Yeah.
try and stay current. And since this is our first episode, we want to do something. We want to try and make it a little bit more cohesive, and not so spread out and scattered so much. I feel like this episode is a little bit chaotic.
It is, but it's because, well, if you think about it, everybody's learning who we are as people.
Yeah.
This is how we are. If we were doing a Let's Play and we were talking, or if we were doing...
We're like, who's this asshole?
Yeah. If we were doing a podcast like we are right now, obviously we're gonna be everywhere.
Right.
Because that's how we are in real life. We're just everywhere. Oh! Another thing, Friday we are going to go see. Well, tomorrow.
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're
the
going to
6th of May,
6th
2016.
May. Yes.
The year of our Lord.
We're gonna go see Captain America: Civil War.
I thought it was the Avengers Civil War, wasn't it?
No,
Is it Captain America?
I think it's Captain America: Civil War.
You're right.
I don't know. I don't watch trailers.
You're right. I'm an idiot. Yeah, we have this thing. We
Yes,
do not watch
We do
trailers.
not watch trailers because
I
they
have
spoil
been
too much.
ruined so many times on trailers, and I cannot stand them. And I will maybe go into detail of which one and why it did that. I actually want to do an entire thing on just like maybe like a 10-minute video on YouTube sometime, just saying how much I hate trailers. I'm gonna do a rant.
Well, that's what the channel's for, Steve.
I'm gonna go off on how much I hate trailers.
Too, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it.
Probably.
So I'm not gonna tell you what it's gonna be about, but I'm gonna. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go see Captain
America. It is Captain America.
Civil War. I am super excited because I love the Avenger movies. I've watched them all except I think for the Hulk. Yeah, I've watched them all except for the Hulk.
You're not missing much.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's just hard to make a good Hulk movie.
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of people tell me it doesn't matter really.
No.
No. But anyway, so we're gonna go see the movie tomorrow. So we
Yeah.
might come home and make
We'll
a podcast about
make
what
a
we're
little
thinking.
review of it, maybe.
Little review. So yeah, we'll definitely do that. I guess we can start doing that for movies we go and see.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna go see.
We're gonna start catching up on those things now that we have time and money.
What is that thing called? X-Men, the new X-Men movie coming out.
Oh yeah, the
later.
new X-Men Apocalypse. That looks good.
I do want to see the new Alice in Wonderland movie, so I guess it could be that
I guess
too.
we got to do the Independence Day one too.
I haven't watched the trailers. So.
Here's one I'm excited about.
Which one?
Men in Black and 21 Jump Street crossover.
Yes.
If you haven't heard, 21 Jump Street, the Channing Tatum.
21 Jump Street.
Right, Channing Tatum and I can never remember the other guy's name.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill, great actors. They're
Down on Jump Street.
so they're
Gotta jump.
recall to theaters with that one.
Down on Jump Street.
Anyways, they're actually doing a crossover of Men in Black, which
I'm just like, wait.
that
what?
just sounds awesome. How can you not want to see that?
Yep.
I'm super excited about that. I'm kind of hoping Will Smith is not in it because he's going to put his son into it somehow. I have no problem with the son. He seems like a very nice individual, but I just cannot really get around his acting. The only movie I saw him in that I liked was Pursuit of Happiness, and he was like 6 years old. So
good.
yeah, but I
don't know. It's just like.
And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I don't like Will Smith. I mean, I like a lot of his stuff. Yeah.
But it's
I love the
his
Fresh
newer
Prince of Bel-Air for
stuff
sure.
I haven't really cared for
He's
him. Like,
not-
I like his older stuff.
Yeah, he's just kind of I
You know?
don't get yeah.
Like,
He seems-
I watch Fresh Prince of
Oh,
Bel-Air
hell yeah, I
all day
love that
long.
show.
I love it, but it's like just his newer stuff. I'm just like,
It's like
it's
early
nothing against him. You know, he's great. It's just
early
I don't-
2000s, mid
Yeah.
late 90s was his prime.
I mean, I can even come out and say that I love Johnny Depp to death, but I can tell you which of his movies are just horrible. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not just, you know.
Yeah.
Every actor I like. One of my favorite actors is Ian Somerhalder. I have no problem telling you that a lot of there's probably maybe one or two movies of his that are actually decent. and they're not really that good.
I like that one that he was in with the horror movie. What was it?
Pulse? That's
Pulse.
one of them.
It was
I like
actually
that one.
cool, but it was like based off a Japanese one or Korean or something like that.
I mean, if you want to see him in something good, it's going to be The Vampire Diaries, and I want to see what he can do afterwards because he's known more
if he
now,
keeps doing it.
If he keeps doing it, I can see him just going and being an activist, which I'm fine with. But you know, he's awesome. But
what else is coming out that might be good? I'm actually really excited for that 21 Jump Street Men in Black. That's going to be all kinds of funniness.
I don't even like Triple X, but the only reason I'm going to see it is because Nina
Dobrev's
going to be in it.
Yeah.
And then they're making another movie. She's going to be with one of your favorite actors.
Ellen Page.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
Ellen
that's
Page.
Something we're both going to enjoy. Because...
Yeah, I would love to see a sex scene with that. That would be good. But, yeah, I don't know anything about that movie coming out. Like I said, I stay away from trailers. Oh, no, it's what are they making? Flatliners. Yeah,
that's a remake.
That's a remake because I have seen the original. And it's good. But we'll see.
It's a good... So far, they have a good cast. They're both very good actresses. So... But then again... I've only seen Nina Dobrev in The Vampire Diaries, but she played 3 different characters.
Didn't she play in Let's Be Cops?
I haven't watched it yet.
Wasn't that terrible?
I haven't watched it.
I've heard it's terrible.
I heard it is too. That's why I haven't watched it yet. And what's sad is like one of the actors that's in it. He's on New Girl, and I like his character in New Girl. But you know, I'll watch it at some point. I don't even think I've opened it yet because I think I bought it on Black Friday.
You haven't? You haven't even watched it yet. It's been out for like 2 years or something like that.
I'm a horrible Nina Dobrev fan.
You
I know.
are.
But shut up.
I can't say anything. I'm not even a Nina Dobrev fan. I don't even watch that show. Anyways.
You've seen parts of
I've seen parts. It's an alright show.
It's not like Twilight.
I don't hate it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's see. What else the hell?
Any new movies coming out that you'd like to see?
Everything else is probably like later on. I need to start following.
Spoiler alert. Oh no, I shouldn't say it.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I already know how the Captain America's gonna end. If they follow the arc of the comic books.
Yeah, let's.
I'm not gonna say that.
Let's wait till tomorrow after we see it because we're gonna be back here. We're gonna have a few drinks. We're gonna relax.
Yeah, pre-spoiler alert. I'm going to spoil the end of Civil War.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna say at the beginning of our
there are gonna be spoilers.
Is like, hey, there's gonna be spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
But I haven't been following a lot of the movies lately because I just started this new job and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So, there are some movies that did come out that I want to see, like the new Hunger Game movies. I've actually stayed away from spoilers, shockingly, so I don't know how it ends.
It's good.
Yeah.
I've read the books. So.
Well, I figured.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited about that. I am excited about Suicide Squad. I'm a little worried because of the fact they had to reshoot scenes because they gave too much away in the trailers.
Here's the thing about movies, and I'm not going to get too big on the Deadpool right now, but I'll say one thing. And I'm going to go into a little bit of the past of movie history.
Mm-hmm.
And the PG-13, rated R, I know that's not in order, but all that bullshit, the reason... I think my theory is the reason why movies have been such shit lately is because they're too afraid to get an R rating, and they're all going to PG-13 to access the broadest spectrum of people that can get to buy the tickets. Yeah, and merchandising, but they're appealing to the broadest spectrum of people to get those tickets because everybody can see a PG-13 movie nowadays. Mm-hmm. And it's not. I mean, parents will bring their 6-year-old kids to see a PG-13 movie and not have too much complaint about it.
No.
And that's why they're doing that because it's driven by money now.
Well,
and it's always been driven by money.
What happened with Deadpool, they don't even think about rating systems. There's people that brought their kids to the movie thinking, oh, it's Marvel.
It's a superhero movie.
That's not... Do your research.
Yeah.
You cannot complain. You cannot bitch.
When it's rated R.
Research. If it's... You wouldn't let your kid watch Sweeney Todd, then it's fucking rated R.
I would. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
But the thing I was getting at, though, is that we need more movies that have an R rating and is not afraid to push that R rating. Because
that's why Deadpool did such a good job.
I think because I'm sick of these PG-13 horror movies or action movies. I'm sick of it. And like Poltergeist, I understand that Poltergeist was what P or G, I think, in movie theaters when it came out in the 80s. But that was before the PG-13 rating even came out. But like the new Poltergeist that just recently came out, do you think that should have been PG-13? Hell no. Like, it's a horror movie. Why make a PG-13 rated horror movie? You should make it R so you can really put the fucked up shit in there that you want to put in there.
Well, you know, and another thing too is like, I'll use Paranormal Activity as an example. When me and my mother watched Paranormal Activity, we stopped it in the middle of it and said, screw this, we're just going to watch Ghost Hunters because it's more scary. And it's not even that scary.
That's saying a lot when you can take a Sci-Fi Channel TV show about ghost hunting. I've used air quotes. But
Shut up.
But when you can
Fuck
do
you,
that,
I believe in it.
All right, I'm not gonna get into that. But when you can do that and say that this is better than this
multi-million-dollar.
Well, I don't even know. Paranormal Activity had a really low budget though.
It had they actually. I will give them this. The people who made Paranormal Activity, they did a good job.
With the first one,
because of the way that they did it, and because of the
originality
attention they got from it.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
They captured lightning in a bottle with the first one, and they tried to recreate it after that ever since, and it just fell flat.
It's
just like the
to,
Saw movies.
Yeah.
It was the exact same way. It was low budget, something new, and it worked for one
time. But
time.
that is very bad when you can say, when you watch a horror film, I'm just going to watch Ghost Hunters, which I understand. You're like a skeptic. So you don't believe in like any of that stuff or anything. It could stare you in the face. You'll be like, okay.
Maybe.
You know. But someone who's experienced certain things and everything, which in another video maybe we'll talk about paranormal shit. I don't know.
I would like to. I've always thought paranormal stuff was interesting, and even though I'm like the biggest skeptic in the world, I find it fascinating.
Yeah, I mean,
I would love to
and that's
talk
another
about
thing,
that.
which like you know me, I always try to find reasons. Okay, wait, what? You know, what's this? What's that? What's this? But the reason why I like Ghost Hunters is because of the fact that I watched it with my mother. You know.
Okay.
You know, and also too. You know, I still watch it every now and then.
Yeah.
And they do have some good stuff on there.
I mean,
You've seen the Lighthouse one.
There's been a couple of episodes where I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And like, that's really cool, but I'm not the kind of person that would just like watch it. Like, I don't. I'm not saying that anybody that watches it and believes it's gullible. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't find entertainment about it, because if somebody found irrefutable proof of finding a ghost, an alien, or Bigfoot or something like that, it would be all over the fucking news before that show picked it up, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know what you're getting before you even get into it for me.
True. And it's just, and I think it's like just one of those things, it's just such a...
They're hyping it.
It's one of those things where there's this, like, you know how there's this, like, little wall where it could be, it could not be. And I feel like not the real world, but, like, newscasters, stuff like that part of reality...
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Sure.
Just doesn't want to go past that. Am I making any sense?
I don't know. I think you should get your tinfoil hat. Like, that's coming as like some conspiracy stuff right there, but I don't know about that.
What I'm saying is when it comes to things like that, when it comes to aliens, when it comes to ghosts, when it comes to anything of the paranormal aspect.
Right.
I feel like the news industry doesn't really want to mess with it because it can't be explained.
Well, that, and like if say CNN or some other like MSNBC or some other big news corporation did a whole thing on like, hey, we saw a ghost in this one area, they would be considered like, this is like fucking like, this is tabloid garbage. They would like nobody take them seriously after that.
Exactly. And I think that's part of the reason is because there's so many people out there that doesn't believe in it, that's a skeptic, that it's something that they're like, oh, we can't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
And there's so many like meth heads and trailer like trash people that say they've been like abducted by aliens. And like sea spirits and stuff.
I'm not a meth.
No, I'm just saying you've seen that, like there are stereotypes in this world where it's like,
yeah, I've seen that.
You've seen the lot lizard, like I saw my old grandpappy. He said good night to me 30 years after he died. You know, like something like that.
I saw Bigfoot out there in the woods.
I saw Sasquatch.
Out there in the woods, I saw Sasquatch, and he took my Pokemon cards. But
we just stole a joke from a Vine.
We did.
That's low.
Could you just kill me now?
That's low.
Okay, well anyway, so
we just we start at the bottom.
We
We can only go up from this
We
point.
can only go up.
Yes.
But I think that is something that, like, I mean, you know, I've seen things. I've seen 3 that are.
I seen it.
I've seen 3 things that were very apparent to me.
Okay.
That I can't explain.
I mean,
that's paranormal to me.
Sure. It's,
you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's a ghost, even though I still don't know what the fuck opened that door. You know.
Right.
But still, you know, my dad could even tell you he don't fucking know what opened that door
I mean,
either.
I've seen one thing in my life that was just like a little bit weird, and that's about it.
Yeah,
And
but
that was actually fairly recently.
Yeah, but it's like, it's one of the things where you saw it, you grow from it, you learn from it. You're like, all right, cool, whatever. You can hear it.
I hope not. We'll find out.
He's pouring water.
Just pouring some water.
Just so
Thirsty.
you know. Very.
Just water.
We've been talking for.
Well, the ice is gone.
An hour and a half. We're thirsty, but that's what I'm. You know, I'm not saying that if you don't believe in that stuff, you're an idiot, and I'm not saying that.
I am.
I said if you don't believe in that stuff. If you don't believe in that stuff, I don't believe you're an idiot, and I don't think you're naive. I think everybody has the right to believe in what they want to believe, and you need skeptics in the world. It's important. You have to have the type of people, you know, people like you.
Sure.
With me, I understand where, yes, I do believe in it because of the things I've seen, but at the same time, I can understand from other points of view why that possibly could not have happened, and it could have been a trick of the mind. You know, I'm not going to rule that out.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that I'm not interested in it.
Oh
I
yeah,
am.
I mean, I'm interested in it too, but I don't believe a single bit of it.
Yeah, because you're a skeptic.
Well, it's not. No, it's not because I'm a skeptic. It's like skepticism is different than just not believing. But I mean, depending on the definition of skeptic that you use. But to me, no, I don't believe it.
It's fine.
But I mean, yeah, I know. It's just that's just me.
Yeah, and that's like, you know, that's why I like ghost hunters and stuff, is because I do find an interest in it. And if their show is real, you know, that's all the better. If it is a bunch of bullshit, well, I guess.
Well, at least you got some good entertainment out of it.
I guess I got some good entertainment out of it, and I had fun.
There's that.
For right now, I you know.
Entertainment value, I can say at least. That's sure, it's entertaining. Yeah. It's not something I'd go out and watch willingly, but no, I'm not. It's not my first choice and something I would watch.
Oh well,
but
yeah,
like.
Sure.
If I was stuck in a room and that was what was on, I'm like in a doctor's office or somewhere, waiting room, I'd be like, oh, I guess I'll watch this. I wouldn't hate it.
Well, you've watched it with me.
But that's actually how I got into watching Supernatural. I was in the ER waiting room and it happened to be on.
That's a strange show to have on an ER.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just like you have this monster pour nacho cheese on top of this guy and then eat him.
It wasn't that episode, no. It was.
But
I don't even
anyway.
remember what episode it was. It was long. It was the first episode of Supernatural I've ever seen. So.
Mm-hmm. It's a very, very good show.
Yeah, it's good. I liked it.
Well, as you've noticed, this happens a lot on. That's going to happen a lot on
Tangents,
where we
So
just randomly
many.
go off on things.
We need. I think that'll happen a lot on the podcast for
even
sure.
Things that are structured, we're probably going to do it a lot.
Podcast is going to be a lot like that, but I think like our other ones where we're talking about one particular subject, because I'll do my own podcast for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got a couple I'm
of
gonna
one
do.
particular subject. When I do my rant on previews, I'm gonna stick just on previews.
Oh yeah.
But like for this, since we've been going for an hour and a half now or around there. If it ends up being a 3-hour podcast, of course we're going to bounce around a bit.
Yeah. I mean,
And I have no problem with doing a 3-hour podcast. If anybody's listening to this, and if you want to tell us, hey, 3-hour podcasts rock, keep it going. Or if you want to be like, dude, like, it's fucking 30 minutes, we don't have that much attention.
Yeah.
We don't want to listen to you for that fucking long.
Well,
Go ahead and tell us.
This is our first podcast.
We're testing the waters.
That comment section down below
Please
is
use
your
it.
playground. We don't,
I don't care if you like the video. You don't have to like, comment, subscribe. Oh, don't have to like and subscribe. I just want you to comment and give us some feedback. We're trying to get our sea legs.
We're trying to get, we're trying to get used to doing this. We're trying to figure out like what you guys like to listen to, what you guys would like to know more about.
Exactly.
Maybe there's something you would like us to check out. Maybe a movie, some music, or a game.
Pick
or
a topic for us to talk about sometime. We'll do the research on it, or just be like, hey, here's this link to this weird fucking thing that on YouTube. What do you think of that?
But
we just can't call it reaction. We can't call it a reaction because the Fine Brothers.
Oh yeah,
we'll get shut down.
Don't freak out when you watch the trailer, Steven. Don't show your reaction.
Thirsty. Sorry.
But anyway, but yeah, that's what this podcast is about. Really, is just we're just getting our feet wet. We're throwing out there what we enjoy, so you guys can get an idea and knowing. Yeah, we may not be on the head of the curve or on the curve or on top of, we're on top of what's going on in the gaming industry, but we're not.
We're not. We're not.
Okay, we're not up to date on everything, but we're trying to get there.
We're trying.
We're kind of like, we're trying to get to that point.
We're doing this mostly out of just entertainment for ourselves, and if we can bring entertainment to anybody else, we would love that.
I mean,
for sure.
That's the reason why I started my vetting back 8 years ago, or was it? Damn, I think it was
8 years. Jeez.
I think it was.
I'm doing that for nearly a decade.
I know.
Wow.
I know. I should do it more often.
You should.
But that's the reason why I did it is because of I wanted to bring people entertainment because of the things that I've watched things that brought me entertainment from other people.
Yeah.
But
and if you're entertained by this, or if you hate this, even tell us this. If you get 5 seconds into this and be like, you guys are fucking horrible. Yeah, bring it. I don't care. I'll take some criticism.
We'll just talk about it in the next podcast.
Yeah, we'll just talk. We'll read your comments and put you on blast and laugh at you. It's fine with me. That's just something to make my day. But like, really though, if you want to, give us some feedback, please, because we want to know if we even have any viewers for one thing.
Which we'll probably get 2.
We'll get maybe
at least get 2.
We'll get something going on here. We'll get 2. And for those people that are gonna view us, that almost a guarantee that are gonna view us, I don't think they'll sit around for this long.
I don't know. We do.
Yeah, but we listen to people that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we just want feedback at this point.
Yeah.
We just want to know. We're testing the waters here.
Yeah, pretty much. But so that
was a weird segment. I felt like, what that felt like when your parents when you do something wrong, but you're not in trouble.
And
but
you
it's
have to, explain.
And your parents are like, okay, I'm gonna talk to you, and you have that grown-up conversation for the first time with your parent, and you're like, this is fucking awkward.
It's like
that's what that felt like.
Or something.
Yeah, or something like that. That was awkward. That's what that felt like to me.
Oh my god, what are we doing? Well.
Do you think this is
I think this is probably maybe.
It's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, because it's almost 10:30. I gotta work in the morning.
I gotta go to bed.
And I gotta take a shower.
Yeah.
I have,
We didn't even work out.
We didn't.
No.
I still need to do my sit-ups.
No.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna have a cigarette and be unhealthy.
You do that. But anyway, so I guess thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening to TacoTugboat Talks Tuesdays, which is technically Friday, but we will be uploading this on Tuesday, like we said.
Yes, and when it comes to the Captain America Civil War review, we're probably going to upload it. I'll say we'll just go ahead and upload it the same day.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
Yeah, we might as well.
We'll put a link down in the description. Go down there, click that link, and you can check out our Civil War review. I think it'll be a good time. Give everybody a chance to go and see it over the weekend instead of putting it out like Saturday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Also, I guess we should be plugging other channels.
Yeah, go ahead and...
we'll plug the ones that we did again, like LeBrew's podcast. Just Google that shit.
Yep.
They're pretty good.
That's one of my coworkers' podcasts.
One of their more recent ones, they were talking about medieval blowjobs.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Let's see.
The Switcher.
Yes,
is
The
a great
Switcher.
YouTube channel. They also have their own website, the Two Best Friends or the Best Friends podcast.
Yep.
Great stuff. Northern Lion Live Super Show. Can't go wrong with Northern Lion. I love Northern Lion.
You can't go wrong with Northern Lion.
Northern Lion's good
Not
stuff.
at all. I can't talk.
Not at all. Of course, Game Grumps is a very, very popular. I mean, all these people are very popular, except for maybe the LeBrews. They're up and comers for sure.
Yeah, LeBrew,
more
yeah.
popular than we are.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
have like 90 episodes out now. 90 episodes LeBrews does. Something like that.
He
Yeah.
had 92 episodes.
Yeah,
He
but
probably might have more.
their podcasts are much shorter than ours already.
Their podcasts are like maybe
an hour at the most.
But he had over almost 3,000 downloads, so he's pretty
That's
popular.
good. That's
he's
good.
Actually, like, what I've listened to, I've really enjoyed it.
Let's see, another one. We got Game Grumps, of course.
Definitely JonTron.
JonTron. You
Check
can't
out
go wrong.
JonTron.
If you've heard of JonTron, I'm sure.
Yes.
Everybody's heard. Great YouTuber for sure. I love his work. Retsu Talk, Retsu Play. They do a great podcast. Retsu Talk. Slow Beef and Rockley Smile, I think, is who does that. They're really funny and they have great segments on theirs. Oh man,
And
I'm missing one for a big one. I know I am. These are just some of the people that we enjoy and that
Yeah.
kind of got us into doing it.
kind of,
And
yeah.
we want to kind of give like a shout out to them because without them we wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, that's true.
We wouldn't have the guts to do it for
Yeah,
sure.
honestly. And honestly, to be
Honestly, to be honest.
honestly, to be honest, when we started this, we were a little like, oh,
We were
don't know.
hesitant for
Yeah,
sure.
but then after we got to talking, it's like so normal. It's
Felt-
it's actually slightly
Very comfortable.
Yeah, comforting.
Very.
But yeah, go ahead, check them guys out.
Oh no, I'm missing one.
Well, if you figure it out by the end of the video, just shout it out. Go ahead, check out those people that those channels that we suggested. Hit that like button if you want, or the dislike button.
I don't care if you like or subscribe. I just want feedback.
Yeah.
That's me personally.
More than
Laurel,
anything.
Laurel may be different, but Captain Flying Sparrow Productions.
Oh, if you would like to go over there, I'm gonna be a total fangirl right now.
Go ahead.
Head over to Captain Flying Sparrow Productions. You can see some of my videos there.
That is your personal video channel.
Yeah.
That's where you make your content on your own.
Yeah, just head over there, watch it. If you like it, hit the subscribe button. If not, bitch at me. I don't care.
Yeah, gotta plug your own shit too.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Smodilicious. Steven doesn't have one.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah,
No.
so don't even worry about it.
I'm on Reddit. I sometimes watch stuff on there. It's,
there was something that I wanted to say before I closed out this, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
are you trying to do a signature kind of thing?
No.
Are we trying to do a Northern Lion? Hey everybody!
Hey everybody!
And
No.
I've been told I have a good Northern Lion
He hasn't
impersonation.
been able to do it since he
Hey
did it
everybody! Welcome to Northern Lion Plays Spotify's Afterbirth.
You're
I can't do that.
You can't
No,
do it
it's
again.
not. That was nothing.
He walked into the bedroom and he said it, and I thought he was watching it on the tablet. And I'm like, wait, what? That was you? Shit. I'm trying to remember what I was going to say before I close this out, and it
Sorry.
was kind of important.
That was my fault.
Yeah, because you kept
I
messing
dropped the
me
ball
up.
on that one.
Bitch. But anyway, thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
If you did. If you've made it to the end.
If you've made it this far, congratulations. Here is the answer to our secret super riddle.
Oh, no. That's what I was going to bring up.
Oh.
So if you haven't guessed already, we did a trivia question at the beginning of the video. I think that we shouldn't announce what the answer is until our next video.
Oh, just keep them waiting.
Yeah.
Keep the hordes, the masses waiting. The all,
2 people.
2 people that are going to listen to this.
Well, anyway, so the trivia question was, today I got to meet Jason Lee at work.
He owns a restaurant
Mhm.
in this town. What is this town?
What is this town? If
And
you
for
know-
bonus points, what's the name of the restaurant?
Yeah.
And for bonus points, there's a mural on the wall of that restaurant. Can you describe that mural for us? Because it's fucking metal.
So, if you have the answers to that, you can throw it down in the comment section
And
below.
you'll win our love and adoration.
You can do that. Or you can just wait till next week when we give out the answer.
Yeah, we could do that too.
So,
I'm Steven, and I'd like to thank you for joining us today on Taco Tugboat Talks Tuesdays.
and I'm Laurel, and I would like to thank you for listening to us ramble for 2 hours.
Jesus Christ, has it been 2 hours?
It's going past 1 minute.
One minute, 50
seconds right
50
now.
minutes.
50 minutes.
Okay, we gotta stop this thing.
Yeah.
Stop this train wreck. Just do
Oh my
it.
God.
God, just stop it. No, just